Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Happy, beautiful, amazing day from me to you. And I just want to spend a few minutes with you if you don't mind. And I just want to bless you as much as I can on this day. So, if you are looking for a way to not rely on your paycheck, you're on the right channel. If you are looking for a way to become financially independent as opposed to financially dependent on your job or on some other, entity to take care of you, you are in the right place. If financial freedom and the getting to living the life you want to live, your dream life, is important to you, then you are on the right channel, in the right place, in the right space at the right time. I always say there are no coincidences in the kingdom. And so this is a kingdom of wealth building. And so I'm Sean John. I know there are a bunch of new people coming to the channel, hitting subscribe, hitting thumbs up. Just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. My story, 2017, broke, homeless, struggle life, just a nightmare of a life, and started a moving service. Had no idea what I was doing, no clue how to start a business, just knew how to move people, had a job working at a moving service before they fired me. But that's okay. I quit 2 days later. And so I used that one skill to start a business, made some money. 2020, moved from Louisiana to here in Dallas. Sold everything, was tired of doing that hard work. My back was hurting, my legs were hurting. And I started realizing, I was like, wait a minute. Not only did I create a job for myself, but this thing is physically wearing me down. And if I don't figure something out, I'm going to be beaten down and worn out by the time I'm 40. And I was like, I've got to do something different. What am I going to do? And so for a few months, I was kind of sitting around in limbo, just trying to figure out. And so I just want to tell some of you, you've probably been in that position. And I didn't even mean to talk about this, but I'll just do it now. You've probably been in the position where you're kind of in limbo. You're trying to figure out what you want to do. You're listening to other people. You're hearing from other people. And not that it's a bad thing to listen and hear from others. Sometimes that nugget that you're looking for can be found in their words, right? As frivolous as some of the conversations might be, you still might find what you're looking for. I buy books all the time, spend $40 on a book, and might find one lesson that's golden that'll change my life. So I'm always listening, I'm always tuned in, I'm always trying to get what I need to get to the next level. And so started the business, had no idea what I was doing, sold the business, was worn down, trying to figure out what to do next. And then all of a sudden kind of got connected to this middleman industry without even realizing it. Customers were still calling me for work because we were really good, but I was just burned out. And customers were calling for work. You know, I'm telling my wife, she's going to work. I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. I know I don't want to do physical moving. I got to figure something out, right? And we had a little money, so I had a little time. And so I was like, all right, so let's see what I could do. And I couldn't figure out anything. And then customers kept calling, texting, kept emailing. Hey, like to get a quote. Hey, you moved my sister. Can you move me? And I'm like, I don't do moving. And then I was like, but wait a minute. I got a friend. I got a buddy here in Dallas. Let me get your info. And then I'm going to send the work to him. And I sent the work to him. And he texted me back. He was like, bro, I made like, I think he said like, I want to say like 600. It was somewhere between 500 and 600. He was like, man, I did pretty good. He was like, what do I owe you? And I was like, what do you mean, what do you owe me? He was like, I made a little money. You did the referral. What do I owe you? And I was like, wow, I'd never thought of that. I was like, okay. And I don't miss opportunity. I was like, okay. I was like, bro, look, just buy my wife and I lunch. Because at first I said, you don't owe me anything. He was like, man, I got to give you something. I was like, cool, just buy us lunch. I'll take my wife out to lunch. I'll let her know you sponsored it. And he was like, man, bet, cash apped it to me. I had $50. We went to, man, I want to say it was Applebee's, whichever one has the little cookie ice cream dessert at the end. So it wasn't anything special, wasn't anything big. But it caught my attention. And I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute. This might work. This might be something I could look into. So I started mapping it out. And I was like, this is a business plan that does this and this and this. Customer connects to a business and then you get paid for connecting them. was like, wait a minute, Uber does this already. Uber does this. Airbnb does this. Instacart does this. Tinder, the dating app, does this. Does what? They're the middleman companies. Lyft does this. I was like, oh my gosh, it's been right in front of me the whole time. All these companies already do this. So all I've got to do is do what they do. And that's how I got into it, hence the middleman, right? So middleman CEO, I now have Jumpin' Jack Movers, Jumpin' Jack Cleaners, and now we're getting into Jumpin' Jack website design, hopefully very soon. But it's easy. You can do it. It's not hard. It does take work. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but if you go hard, you can make some good money. I made $77K my first year, and that was a blessing. But for a lot of you, you're stuck, and my goal is to get you unstuck, right? The reason I teach this and share this is because I want to show you that you don't always have to be in a position where your paycheck is your only source of income. You have to find a way to remove yourself from paycheck mentality, paycheck mindset, and paycheck handcuffs. Because you got to understand, if anything happens to your paycheck, it's going to disrupt your entire life, because you fund your entire life via your paycheck. And you got to know that these jobs ain't safe, these jobs ain't loyal. So I just want to teach you how to get unstuck. I want to share with you that the reason you're stuck, I'll just submit this idea to you and you can kind of do what you want to do with it. The reason that a lot of you are financially stuck is because you only have one source of income, and that's the only source you know. Now, I'm not fussing at you. I'm not mad at you, because I was the same way. But now that I know better, I do better. So I'm sharing with you that the way to get yourself financially free is to get yourself out of a situation where you only have one income source. Now, it's going to take time to build up your income source. That's fine. Time's going to go by anyway. You might as well be working on something that could set your life free. So 2025 is already on the way. So what are you working on that you might wake up January 2025 and your life is brilliant? You making $10,000 a month, enjoying life from your phone, at home, in your pajamas, however you want to do it. And so I just want to share that idea with you, that the way that you free yourself from, being unstuck, or the way you get unstuck, is you've got to find a different path to revenue that does not include working. Now, don't quit your job. I'm not against jobs or anything like that, but I do know that while you're selling your time on one job, you can't be on the other job. You can only be in one place at a time. And that's the law. So I just want to teach you, hey, listen, you got to figure out how to be in more than one place at one time. So if you're making money physically here, you got to be here, then use your phone. Your phone allows you to be anywhere. So I can go right here to the tennis courts behind me, play tennis, and my phone can still make me money through text message or email. I can play a game of tennis, stop, check my phone, got an email from a customer, need a quote. I'm going to submit that to them. They're going to take the booking. I'm going to capture a deposit and get paid through an invoice. And then the customer's info is going to be passed to the contractor, who's going to go and do the work. I'm going to keep playing tennis. And I can do that 3-4 times. So I made, God honest truth, I made $600 yesterday in one day. Right? So, and that's a slow day, because there were days I was making $1,500. I consider like a fast day like 12 to 1,500. I've done a little more some days, but 12 to 1,500 is a good day, because you're on pace to, you're making over $250,000 a year if you're doing that. But even if you're making, like I did yesterday, 600, or one of my students, who was, by the way, if you missed the live training, you missed it. We smashed it. But one of my students, and we had a great time. People were jumping in the course like that. We had an awesome time. And one of my students was on, he took the course not long ago. He's already on pace to do $3,000 this month. Now, I know for some of you, $3,000 ain't gonna make you a millionaire. It's not $10,000. I got you. But this fella has only been doing this for a week, on pace to make $3,000 in a month, which means he's on pace to make $36,000 in the year. He doesn't do any of the work. He does it from home, and he only uses his phone. All he does is book, deposit, dispatch, and he gets to spend time with his daughter, like he was telling me. So that brings joy to my heart. That's why I brought him on, so people can see, hey, this ain't necessarily about becoming rich or becoming a millionaire. Now, you can make 10,000 a month, you can make 15, 20,000 a month. It's up to you how hard you want to go. It's going to take a little work, but that's fine. We'll put in the work to get the reward. We'll put in the input to get the output. I'm just saying, right? So, but this guy's having major success out in Atlanta. It was a brilliant class. I hate that you guys missed it if you did. And if you want to get in the next one, just drop the word Zoom, because I do the trainings on Zoom. Drop Zoom in the comments. And if you want to just grab the masterclass and get right into it, then go ahead and click the first link in the comments below, which is for the masterclass, or just write masterclass below, right? You can write masterclass in the comments. But I'm telling you, it's going to bless you. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. I hope something I said today blesses you and changes your life. I sincerely want to see you guys be successful. And again, you've got to get unstuck. The reason you're stuck, you got one source of income, and you don't realize if anything happens to that income, you're going to lose everything. So please, please, please listen to me. Get yourself unstuck. All right? You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. See you on the next video. Peace.